himself. That right there. And that's what I'm getting at what I was saying about the cultures. I'm just letting you know I went live right now. I just went live on my channel because what you said was some real shit. And that actually touched on something last time. I'm going to ask you first because I ain't going to continue. But I'm letting you know I just went live. Hope you don't mind. Nah, this is I hope, please tell me. If you go into the party real quick and then go to voice chat settings and see if it allows share your voice as allowed. Mm-hmm. Yep, put that on allow.
Yeah, done.
All right. This is Marcus. This is one of the legends I done told you about a long time ago, and he just touched on something and I was talking about because I was talking about our kids and his cultures and everything. He said, "Yo, like he just mentioned my son's growing up the way that we used to grow up," and it's like and like you said, everyone's off of themselves. Things is different. This is what I mean for change. Sorry, y'all don't see my face in the camera, but that's gonna be in the next one. Like I said, I only do real shit. There's nothing scripted here. First off and foremost, like I said before, and this is why I say you be you and universal brothers. We need each other. This is my brother all the way from London. I want to say my big brother. It's ways I've taught him, things he's taught me, and it made me to look at myself better because I know he used to know me. I know he knew at one point I was wild, even when I was a little wild. Wild enough. I get it. I get it. I was a little wild.
Listen, man, that growing curve exists for a reason, man. You have to go out so you can come back in.
You got a nice sleep.
Right.
If you don't have those experiences of life, yeah, you don't know. This is the thing. If you don't have those experiences of life, you don't know when you got your shit good. You don't know how to have it tight. You don't know.
And I used to tell him, yo, I'm going to raise my son. I'm going to do this stuff. Hey, yo, our son should hang out. Hey, we should always do this. And I know in the back, he's like, look, Solo. You wild, brother. You tell me I'll be wild. But I didn't get it. But like he said, I would catch it eventually. Like he said, you'll get it. Like he's like, look, you'll get it. Live some life more, Solo. Live some life more. You done got custody of your son. You doing live a life a little more. So no, I appreciate that, and that's what I'm saying. We can't, and when I say as young YNs, as young, I don't care, as brothers. This is how we learn to evolve. There's only one way to learn to evolve, and it's not taking what he says. It's not taking actions as something. Look at what a person's telling you how much they care in their actions and seeing, okay, maybe I do need to reevaluate my life. Maybe there's some changes I need to make. Not everything is bad, and the reason why I say that is because it put me on the point to realize why it's so, oh, this is, you got to be this way and they got to be this. This is why, like I said, our sons aren't growing up the way we used to. It's because cultures are different. Sometimes you got to take that extra time to listen. It's just that extra time to listen. And the reason why we got put off, so like I said, as far as like cultures and everything like that, is the practices. This is why I say I can't stand Stranger Things and all these movies today and all this bullshit made after the movies in the 80s, but you don't want to take on everything that made the 80s the 80s. What made the 90s the 90s? Everything that made us growing up, everybody who's 30, I want to say who's what? 40 to 30, so even 45, I mean, I want to say what, 45 to what? 30 even. Somewhere around that age, there should have been a tradition kept going. And that's why I said we had our own cultures, we had our own, like, everything. It was all, but we respected it. It was respect among cultures. You can't say, oh, we want to do the 80s, but we're not having our kids play around outside. We're not having our kids really go out. We're not even out there with our kids outside. I can understand if motherfuckers are on their phones outside while their kids are outside. You ain't even doing that. You know what I'm saying? I can understand. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I've been trying to do this shit with our no school gaming, and this is because I'm like, yo, there's gotta be a place where people gotta understand, like, there's gotta be a community where we gotta feel this way. Like, yo, I believe we can still implement all the shit that we had. Like, why would I not show my son all the shows we watched growing up, period? From, like I said, from Hey Arnold to Seinfeld to Malcolm and Eddie to everything. Like I said, why will we not show? Why aren't those the core values of our shows? That's why it's all on demand. If you've noticed, my brother Saul Marcus, if you notice, everything is so on demand towards like, that's one thing I'm trying to push. We got to start choosing to say, no, watch these. This is what you got to watch because this is where the core values are. No one's saying act like the 80s. I'm not telling you to give up your style and be like that because, hell, you got Stranger Things. No, but you could implement the good shit that we grew up with today. Am I off on that?
Like I said,
Am I off, Mark? Go ahead,
the,
take the floor. That's what it off. I'm off.
the problem we have here is society has become disposable. It's become quick. It's become easy. No one
Mm,
works for nothing.
mm,
Like, let's take something we all love, gaming.
right?
Yeah. My first PlayStation, Final Fantasy VII drops. I finished that game twice. Not just because it was an epic game, but because the choices around meant that I had to focus, I had to work, put in. I didn't have a library, a catalogue
Dead tall.
of 50, 100 games that I could play. I had to
No.
focus in and appreciate the little shit I had. When you bought a game, yeah, you did your research, you bought that game. Mate, it was an event. It
Yes.
wasn't a moment,
Yes.
it was an
You told
event.
your friends, and then the friends did.
Yeah,
Everybody did the research,
listen,
like us older folk kind of do. Nah. This is what it was. That's what it's about because it's the focus. What did we really learn and apply? Period. You know what I'm saying? What
that
routes did you take that I didn't take? And damn, I knew I should have probably said that. I knew I should have did because if you didn't take certain routes, there was characters that you missed out on. So you went to your boy's house.
mate,
Yo, how'd you get this character? Yo, how'd you? Ah, I
yeah.
see you.
Listen, this is how bad it is. You'd get stuck. There was no internet. You would have to go down to the shop and read that strategy guide. You would have to go speak to people and find out what they did. But the point is, even though you didn't know, you would figure it out rather
There
than
you
say,
go. It's the figuring out
bollocks
part
to
to be able
this,
to bring us together.
I'm going to play something else. Now, my
There
kid
you
gets
go.
stuck. He'll either go on YouTube and find the answer, or he's done and he's going on to something else. He's like, I can't be bothered with that. And there's no follow through. There's no seeing it through to the end. There's no
No,
gratification of
no,
figuring shit out. Listen,
no.
when you got stuck on a game and you figured that shit out and you were like, I am him, I'm that guy. Listen, the sense of accomplishment
Tell
that
him.
you felt,
Tell him.
yeah, when you finally figured out how this shit that it's been 2 weeks. You've been
Yeah.
trying to get past this game for
Yeah.
2 weeks.
For
It's not
two
like it's
weeks.
just like an hour. Yeah, you've been playing this hard for 2 weeks trying to figure out, and you finally figure out, and you're like, yeah.
But what's the
And
best? But
then
what's
10
the
minutes
best
later,
part?
you're
Like you
stuck
do in
again.
Monster Hunter, I think on some of these games, this is why I'm trying to. And another thing that's missing from that same element is they had like I said, Fighting Force. There was other two, but they had a lot of games to where it's like, look, after a while, let's go the fuck outside. Let's talk about this shit that just happened.
Yeah.
I need a breather. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. Like I said, what happened to putting down the remote at a certain point and breathing air? Like I said, and this is where the whole it gets lost in transition because because I noticed the change happened in my son because there's a change that happened between me and Fearless, and I'm gonna talk to y'all about on No School when I get back over there. But there's a change that happened, and the change that happened is when I stopped being able to really implement the TV shows that I grew up with because they had a portable hard drive and this shit went down. So that meant there went Doug, you know what I'm saying, for going through school. There went Recess, there went like all them after school, all them shows, that core value shit that we grew up with is like gone. Hey Arnold was lost. You know what I'm saying? All of his shows, where it's like at some point in time, the shit we grew up with, it took like, yeah, there's fun and shit, but there's real life in this motherfucker. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I don't understand what shows these kids are watching, but to the point where it's like you can't sit still for a good 30 minutes to an hour to watch what the hell's going really happening right now. Like, I understand you think you understand how the world is figured out. Nah, there's a million and one ways to think and respond. Like I said, it's just it's all technology, and until parents can really come in like, no, our son watches these shows. Really? Is that on this? Yeah. All right. From now on, this is what we watch it because all we had to do was watch and be based off, just like with video games. All we had. I guarantee you had no more than 5 to 7 games, and that's if your parents was blessed that money. I guarantee you they have no more than 5
That's
to
what
7
I'm
games in a
saying to
year.
you, bro. Listen, this is how it went. You would build up your collection to, like you said, about 5 or 7 games. And you know when you wanted a new game? You'd have
When?
to sell 3 of those.
Yeah. Or you had a
Yeah,
friend or a homeboy that you traded, like, hey, I ain't beat that. I haven't beat that
yeah,
either. So
yeah,
here.
yeah. But you would have to take like, I beat this one twice. I beat this one. I'm done with this one. I'm getting rid of these ones to buy a new game.
There you go. There you
And
go.
like I said, you'd appreciate that. And life's disposable now. Everything is just quick and easy.
No, and it wasn't meant to
And
be that
it
way.
has
Like I
its
said, it was
benefits.
meant to
Don't
be
get it
better.
twisted. It has its benefits, but you lose a lot. You lose a lot.
No, you lose more than I'm saying. I've noticed we've lost more than a lot, and we've lost more than a lot is like I said, they started taking away from like what happened to the 2 and 4 player being able to sit? What happened to fight? Like all the games were like, oh, what happened to sitting down, being able to beat a game? We beat a game. Now there's new game plus. Like, why do everything have to be DLC? Why can I not beat the game to unlock some shit? I gotta beat it the third and the fourth time. I gotta figure it out strategy. I gotta retrain my mind. Like you, like what happened to that? Tell me that's not fun. Games weren't meant for everybody, and I don't. Do you remember what game? And I don't think people understand this. I don't even think that people understand this. So I wonder if you remember, because somebody told me this once, and it broke me, but it broke my mind open. But I understand. Like, do you know why games were invented? Do you know the purpose behind the game that you play? Do you know the purpose behind any video game?
In what sense?
Period. The main goal. What is the main goal? What is every game's main goal when you play it?
Games have come part of entertainment. They're part of pop culture.
No. Well,
Right?
I'm not. No. I'm not talking about the real entertainment from which we grew from, to which they salted and watered to what the hell we got now.
What's that?
The goal of every video game is for you not to win. The sole purpose of the game was for you not to win. The game's main goal was for you not to win. Period. Point blank simple. That was every game's main intent. The game's for you not to win. So your goal is to outsmart the game and beat it. So if the game is walking you through how to beat it, like what's really going on? That's why I was like, yo, what happened to New Game Plus? Where you got to do all the shit you learned from, but then the game gets a little hard. Like that's my homeboy told me that one day when I forgot what it was, but I know we was talking about games because one of the things I used to talk about is when I saw the first Britney Spears game, I said, yeah, games finna start taking a dive. We going mainstream. This ain't gonna be right. Like you gonna have people who don't play fighting games now playing fighting games, but if they only play one game their whole life, they consider themselves a gamer. It's like, no, a gamer plays more than just one kind of game. Like you can't just start ultra. But that's what. But I don't. But a friend of mine told me that someone someone who took technology and games and shit to a whole nother level. But yeah, he told me that when I was like, you lying, but then. I say when you look up the sword, when you go back the game even to the earliest game, the goal for the game was for you not to win. You're supposed to outsmart the game and then learn shit to apply it to your life, which is what we did. Why do you think we persevere so hard through life and through this bullshit? Nigga, we played Final Fantasy VII. Like, do you not understand what it takes to play Final Fantasy? And you said you beat it multiple times, nigga. I got it through it. I got to the second, because the second time I said this time I'm gonna try to get Vincent. I'm gonna try to take, so I'm gonna try to do certain
Right.
shit to unlock all the characters or
The
whatever, and got
second
stuck on the
time
fucking weapons.
I played it because I wanted Knights of the Round Table. Like
Hey, talk that shit.
that's why I beat the game and I did not get this thing. And I was like, that exists. I was like, no, I need that. I need that. I'm going back again. I can't even use my saves because I need to go from
Oh,
scratch and I need to get that.
yeah, you
The
had to, and
first
that's the thing.
time I
Once
beat
you
it,
reach a
I was
certain part,
under
you gotta go from
leveled
scratch. You gotta go
and I
from
was
scratch.
like it was sweaty the first time I beat it. Like skills were at play. Like I was min maxing. I was that guy. The second time I was OP and just destroyed everything.
Once you figured out that once you figured out that learning curve, and and that's the
Yeah.
thing, when you take the time to build and get through levels, that's what built conversation, that's what built everything, that's what built people to work. Like, I don't understand why all these games are built for us to be so separate, solid, not together, and not thinking right. Like, unless you want GTA, like I said, in these games, you could tell the people that are really about shit are people who you can see how people operate in life through how they play on GTA. Try to play actual missions with people. Like, brother, you don't understand life? How you don't understand how to do this mission? Oh, buddy, you want to make money, but you that dumb. Okay. That's why my friends circle on making this game. That's why I told you, you got, if you talking about San Andreas, you wouldn't play, you wouldn't, even back in the day, you wouldn't mess with people talking about GTA if a person really didn't know how to play GTA. If a person got on and all they wanted to do was just run around shoot things, that's your little cousin. Your little cousins want to get on and shoot people and kill people. So that's not the main reason we got on. No, we got on because we was living life in that motherfucker. We was so we was really playing GTA. Like I said, this is my second character. This is the second one. Y'all see the money? You see what's going on? I've just been trying to get my brother on because people don't get it. Ever since GTA 4 ruined a lot. GTA 4 is the game GTA that should have never existed. I don't know how Rockstar got away with that. We should get like a $50. We should get some sort of like with that shit. GTA 4 made it to where I didn't want to play GTA 5, nigga, and you didn't want to play GTA 5. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Made it to where we both was like, no, I'll play some more like San Andreas again. So that's why I'm even online when you say, man, look, we got that. They gave it to us. They gave it to us. Plus, we able to do that shit together online with your boys. It's like you able to play GTA with your boys. Like, man, yeah, it's opened up. But that's one thing I had to touch on because tying that all in, the reason why we had our different shows, because our shows, even in our TV shows, it showed us there was different cultures and there's reasons to respect it. Period. Like, I'm pretty sure you could, and this is even coming from England. I'm pretty sure even you saw it. Like even on a show, whatever. As Americans, you saw okay, as a people, white people, they like to yacht, they like to do these little events, like do different things like that. They have their own little fun, like they have their own little cultures and things they like to do. You know what I'm saying? Pulling and yacht like that. They have their own what they build, what they like. What they had, they own. No one was knocking that. No one knocks how they build. They cow steering. Wouldn't. But also, black people know how to farm. And no one was mixing cultures and saying that. Just there was black farmers that knew how to farm and knew how to do their own thing. So it's like there's a lane for everybody. There was a lane for everybody. Black people was our culture. We had music. We have our own thing. We have our own expressions. We just wanted to be tied from let us do our own shit and be appreciated. Not not take, not have a judge. None of that shit. This, okay, cool. No. Those are African Americans over there. That's just, that's just what they do. That's what it was. And like I said, we have our own things. We do things on Sundays, our own Thanksgiving. We have our own cultures of food, our barbecue Sunday. Like we have our own thing. Period. And it didn't matter if you was, and that's the problem. It shouldn't have mattered whether you was a nerd, whether you was hood, whether you whatever. My thing is, we was black, we was niggas. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't have mattered. There should have never have been no, oh, you ain't black because you ain't. No. If I see you, it is what it is. The cops gonna give you the same treatment they give me. I don't care how well you talk. So at the end of the day, and if you talk well, you should be talking well enough for all of us, because we're gonna get you back. It's just it got weird at some point. It got, am I wrong? Like, am I wrong? I mean, Asians have their own cultures to where they do their own, like I said, it's like everybody had their own culture.
This is what I will say. This is what I'll say.
Holla at me. And I'm telling you, even from an English stand, let me know how it goes. Let us know how it goes over there. I mean, holla at me.
The greatest flaw of black people as a culture, as a people, and as a race, is that we hate each other.
There you go.
You hate
underlined. Yeah. Underlined.
You talk about all those other races, Indians, whites, whether you break it down to Europeans, whatever it is, man, they will see each other and treat each other like family. We treat each other like competition and the enemy.
And it never used to be, and it wasn't always like that. I gotta keep it 100. It wasn't always like that.
And that's the difference, man. We don't stick together as a people.
Like we
We want to step up as an individual, but we won't step up as a people if one person is able to walk through the door, when he sees that next brother behind him, he's closing the door.
there you go.
He ain't leaving it open for you to come through to. He's closing that door. It's like, I'm through. I'm about me. I'm closing the door. No one else is coming up here.
Like that. And this like I say, and how do I want to put this? Because I'm like you hit the net. I want to say you hit the nail on the head. What the worst part and the reason why that is, and this is why I have this channel, because it's like, why? And let me give an even more detailed example. Detailed example of what you said. If I walk, I don't want to say what happened when I saw my son at school, because I'm not going to put him on blast like that. But it's just like, it's wild for one African American to see another, a white person, and instead of walking up to African, oh, what's good or whatever, oh man, what's happening? You walking up to somebody else with that energy, and
Yeah.
that's just everywhere and I'm talking about everywhere you go. Instead of the first thing, because anytime I see a black person, because I've made it, I go out my way to be like, oh, my brother, what's going on, brother? Holding it down, black, hold it down. Hold our first thought to each other. I already know this brother's going on. My first words to this brother, hold it down, my brother. Imagine if that's just how we saw each other on a natural basis. I know my brother over there going something. Hold it down, my brother. Imagine if every brother was saying, I'm talking about even to the kids, even down to our youths. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, and here's the thing. It's like we've spoke about this. We've said, fact of the matter is, the people that are elevated within the black community, yeah,
Yeah.
they don't keep it real. They,
Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead. Let's get all the way around with it.